Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about one of my favorite things, moisturizers. In specific, summer moisturizers. Now listen, we all have moisturizers that we like for specific reasons. I actually tend to like moisturizers depending on the season. So because it's summer, we're going to talk about my 5 favorite summer moisturizers. And if you can hear some noise, that's right, my windows are open again because it's been like a rainy, humid, kind of gloomy day. And I actually like those days in the summer, so bear with me. All right, so for me, summer moisturizers are all about being hydrating, but fast absorbing, and I don't want to feel it on my skin, but I do want it to give me kind of like a plumpness, a little bit of glow. I know, I want a lot from a summer moisturizer, but luckily I have them. Now, I know a lot of you are just going to harken back to what is probably your favorite, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. That has been around forever, and I did use it way back when, and honestly I don't remember if I used it like around the same time as another one of my favorites that I'll be showing you, because for me I'm kind of like a level upper. Is that a word? I'm a leveler upper. When I find something that I like a lightweight gel moisturizer, once I finish it, I usually want to move on to another one. I want to find something that's a little better, has a little more this, that. I want a little more zhuzh. I want, ingredients that are a little better. I just can't help myself. I'm always trying to find the next great thing. So I, like many of you, used, maybe you still use, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. Now, currently, I checked it on the Target website. It's 1.7 ounces, which you know is like the basic size for a moisturizer, pretty standard. And it's $19.59. Not a bad price. It's gone through a few iterations, but currently you can get it in a few different versions. It's mostly fragrance-free. I haven't noticed any of them that still have fragrance in them. They do contain hyaluronic acid. That's a thing for me. It's considered a gel cream consistency, and it's oil-free. They actually have another version that's for extra dry. I have never tried that, and I'm considering giving that a shot towards the end of summer, maybe like September, seeing how it goes, but who cares? I think for most of us, that has been the standard bearer in a lot of moisturizers that we try. We're like, oh, is it better? Is it worse? Neutrogena seems to be like the bar where everything starts. However, you know me, I'm a Sephora girl. So around the same time I was using the Neutrogena, I had found at Sephora from Belif. This is their True Cream Aqua Bomb. Don't confuse it with their True Cream Moisturizer. I think that's what it's called. This one here, you can see, has a blue color to it. It's a gel cream, as you can see, and it has kind of like a light spa-like scent, which I love. I don't mind fragrances so much as long as they dissipate easily. For me, this one has always dissipated very easily. Now, the reason I still have this is because my sons love it. So every time there's a Sephora VIB sale, I pick up another one. At 1.68 ounces, it's $38. However, I recently noticed that on Sephora, I think it's mostly the skincare, they have an auto replenishment button. If you click that, you will save an extra 5%, which is kind of worth it when you're spending $38 for a moisturizer. And now this one, like all the others I'm going to be talking about, I like for the reasons that they are lightweight. They feel kind of cooling and refreshing on the skin. They give me the hydration I'm looking for. They absorb beautifully. They all kind of give me what I'm looking for. I guess the biggest variation is like some are fragrance free, some are oil free, some have hyaluronic acid. So depending what you're looking for, I got it. But in this house, the Belif True Cream Aqua Bomb was kind of where it started for all of us. So if you're trying to get that man in your life to start moisturizing, this is probably a great place to start because my 2 boys in their early 20s love it and have been using it for about 5 years. Oh, and I should probably say I'm not doing these in any order of favorites. I think they're all great, so you put them in order of your own favorites. Now this one I'm about to talk about, picture right here, is from Crave. It is the Oat So Simple Water Cream. This here I have loved for a very long time. Well, I'm going to put it at around 4 years. At 2.7 ounces for $28, I think it's a deal. One of the things about all of these is because they are gel creams, you don't need to use a lot, so the price on some of them may seem like a little crazy to you, but when you consider you need to use a very little amount, especially in the summer, because for me, I'm in a humid climate. Maybe if you're in a drier, arid climate, say the Southwest, maybe you'll need a little more, but you're also going to need to do some other layering of hydration. But being in a humid climate, these, they just fill my soul because I get the moisture, I get the hydration, I get it locked down, and I don't notice it. back to the Oat So Simple. So one of the things I love about it is it's great for people with sensitized skin. It's great for like all sorts of skin types, normal to oily to combination, whatever you got going on. But if you have sensitized skin, it feels like you're just giving yourself that calming nourishment that is so soothing. You just feel like, who doesn't want to feel like that? And one of the coolest things about it, there's only 9 ingredients in that. Now, I know some people are very into clean beauty. That's a whole nother story. So if you like pared down ingredient lists, this is perfect for you. Let me tell you the 9 ingredients that are in here. So there's oat, water, 4 moisturizers, 2 emollients, and 1 stabilizer. It doesn't get much more simple than that. And the funny thing is, every time I would put it on my face every morning, I'd just be like, oh, here we go. And the second I put it on, I was like, God, I love this. It's like such a basic moisturizer, but it's not basic in the way that like CeraVe or Cetaphil. Don't come at me. I know there are those of you who love those. They're not for me. This is a kind of basic that is, well, it's not like your basic bitch. It's like basic in like a solid, classic, always works, feels great, does its job without messing with any of your other skincare or makeup, and leaves you feeling hydrated and moisturized all day long. Now, I love it because it's light, it's airy, it absorbs quickly. However, it's also fragrance-free, cruelty-free. I think it's vegan. What else? There are no dyes, no colorants, and no essential oils. She is so basic. She's not picking up any of the frills. She's just perfect. She's also in my shopping cart, and she'll be coming to my house next week. This one we're just going to get out of the way because you have all heard me talk about it. You're sick of it, but I keep talking about it for a reason. From Glow Recipe, it is the Hyaluronic Plum Plump, or Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream. Tomato, tomato. So I've showed you this before. Again, it is another light gel cream, and at 1.7 ounces for $39. It may seem a little pricey, but as I've showed you over and over again, the little pod comes out. You can buy the refill for $33, which is what this is. This is my second one. And you still have this pretty jar to put your new pod in. And of course, this qualifies for the auto replenishment on the Sephora site for an additional 5% off. So on your refill pod, it's like around $31, which I think is an entirely fair price for this considering how much I've been loving it. Additionally, on that auto replenishment thing, you can set the time frame. I think it's like the default setting is for 4 months, which 4 months seems about the right amount of time for me, but you can change it depending on what your needs are. Does anyone else think that one of these days Sephora's gonna see my video and be like, we owe that girl some money? Fingers crossed. Now, because this is a hyaluronic cream, I hope some of you know how I feel about hyaluronic acid. When I use a hyaluronic product, I like to use layers of hydration. Now, because it's summertime, it's damp, it's moist in these parts, I don't need to do several layers of hydration, although I do. That's just how I am. I just don't want to use, well, let's just put it this way. I'm not going to use this in the winter because there's not enough moisture in the air. And hyaluronic acid can really mess with your skin in a dry condition. So here again, if you are somewhere dry, like a desert, you're not gonna love this unless you're using lots of other hydrating ingredients throughout the day. But if you're anywhere from Buffalo to Miami, you're gonna like this. Now, I know some of you are like, there's no way this can be good for all skin types. That's one of the things I've found with like gel cream moisturizers is they really do seem to be good for all skin types. Dry, normal, combination. Even people who have like very oily skin, I think the gel creams are actually best for them. And some of them are labeled if they have oils in them. And I know if you have oily skin, you like to stay away from oils. However, if you look into it, very often the oils are squalane, which squalane is so good for your skin. And it actually helps balance your oils a little bit. So don't be afraid if it says it has oil in it. If anything, you don't like it, return it. Now, this one goes on my list of oldies but goodies. Every time I can get a deluxe sample of this, I do. From Clinique, this is their Moisture Surge 100 Hour. This, when it first came out, I was like, are you kidding me? 100 hours? But they claim that their hyaluronic complex has a moisture reservoir that is optimal for hydration. What? Okay, sure. I think in layman's terms, they've probably taken several different hyaluronic acids that are of different molecular weights that hold different amounts of water in different layers of the skin. Now, this is almost empty, and you know I'll be looking for another one. Here again, it's a beautiful gel cream. It sinks in so nicely. The funny thing about this one here, I almost feel like this has a slightly like silkier kind of dimethicone feel to it than some of the other ones. I honestly didn't look to see if the other ones have dimethicone in their ingredient list. I do know that the Neutrogena Hydro Boost does. I think dimethicone is actually like the second ingredient. but that does give you kind of like that velvety smooth feeling, which is really lovely on the face. Not to mention makeup goes over it beautifully, although you should really put sunscreen on top of it first. Now at $41 for 1.7 ounces, she's a little on the pricier side, but here again, you can do that replenishment thing and save yourself 5%. Ooh, this hair and the humidity. All right, and last but not least, one of my all-time favorites, a picture here, from Dam Dam is their Mochi Luminous Cream. I talked about this in several videos because I feel like the brand does not get the recognition that it deserves. And listen, that could be because of the price. It's $48 for 1.8 ounces. However, for me, I found that it lasted me about 6 months. So $8 a month, I don't think that's too bad. But you know me, I love to wait for the Sephora sale. All right, so I've shown you my top 5 moisturizers for summer. I want to know what your top moisturizers for summer are. Do me a favor and put it in the comments below. I want to know if I'm missing out on something. You know it and I know it. Everyone's skin is so personal. So what works for me may not work for you. However, if you are looking for lightweight, fast absorbing, moisturizing, hydrating, lasts all day long, these 5 I gave you, they're the ones. Now, I don't know about you, but I love me a top 5, top 10 list on YouTube. If you love them too, let me know in the comments below what you would like to see a top 5 of from me. I'm sure you are well aware that I have a lot of product right in front of me and in my bathroom, but I don't usually take the time to go through and figure out what are my top 5 bronzers, what are my top 5 toners, what are my top 5 lip glosses. But if you want to know, sound off in the comments below and I will definitely make those videos happen for you. All right, friends, this is the Benny of a top 5. We are done. It's over. It is time to say goodbye. Although I do want to say hello to those of you who are new to my channel. I am thrilled that you stopped by, and I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel because you know you're going to come back anyway. And for all of you, make sure you hit that notification bell because I upload twice a week, sometimes 3 times. So if you want to know when I have a video, you better ring that bell. All right, friends, my crazy humid hair and I are gonna get out of here. So as always, I wanna thank you so much for being with me and I'll see you real soon. Mwah! Yep, that happened.